Big Blue, stop right now. MetLife Stadium just exploded with breaking news. And one fact is already on the table. 3 former first-round picks are sitting on the trade block right now. Head coach John Harbaugh isn't playing games in his first training camp, and Stephen A. Smith just dropped a bomb about New York's playoff hopes. Insiders warned us early this morning, and here is the first payoff. 5th overall pick Arvell Reese is already dominating first-team reps at off-ball linebacker. If you bleed blue, white, and red more than you hate the Cowboys, hit like and subscribe right now. We start with the training camp stock report that has North Jersey shaking. Stay locked, there's a double cliffhanger at the end. The pads are finally going on in West Virginia, and the evaluation at the Greenbrier just got brutally real. Whispers turned into footsteps, and the honeymoons of off-season shorts and t-shirts are officially in the rearview mirror as head coach John Harbaugh ramps up the intensity. Every single drill is under a massive microscope because putting on shoulder pads changes the whole equation for a rookie class expecting to reshape Big Blue. The identity everyone in East Rutherford is asking about? Arvell Reese, and the locker room already knows what he brings to the gridiron. The 5th overall pick out of Ohio State came into camp with astronomical hype. But how defensive coordinator Dennard Wilson is deploying him has shocked scouts across the league. Instead of sticking him exclusively on the edge as a pure pass rusher, Wilson placed the 6'4", 243-pound phenom right at off-ball linebacker next to veteran Tremaine Edmonds. The immediate payoff has been nothing short of sensational. During 11-on-11 team drills, quarterback Jackson Dart dropped back and tried to thread a pass into a soft zone window toward Odell Beckham Jr. Reese read the quarterback's eyes, closed the distance with terrifying closing speed, and extended his massive wingspan to swat the football straight into the turf. Head coach John Harbaugh couldn't hold back his praise after practice, explicitly pointing out how Reese's physical traits and field awareness allowed him to make an elite football play. Behind closed doors, linebacker coach Frank Bush is reportedly raving about how rapidly the 20-year-old rookie has mastered the mental complexities of this defensive scheme. When you combine his instinctive coverage skills with a 4.46 40 time and elite physical frame, you are looking at a clear defensive rookie of the year frontrunner before week 1 even arrives. But while Reese's stock is soaring into the stratosphere, 10th overall pick Francis Mauigoa is finding himself in a much quieter adjustment period. The former Miami standout was forced to shift inside to right guard next to center John Michael Schmitz because Andrew Thomas and Jermaine Elwemunor have the tackle spots locked down. Taking all first-team reps at guard shows the starting job is his to lose, but evaluating a 330-pound lineman in unpadded practices is almost impossible. Mauigoa gets a stock neutral tag for now, but today's padded sessions will give him the chance to physically overpower defensive linemen and prove ESPN was right to call his pick a top off-season move. Meanwhile, second-round cornerback Colton Hood is riding the ultimate rookie roller coaster. The physical corner out of Tennessee stepped up in 11-on-11 drills by jumping a Jameis Winston pass for a pick-6, displaying explosive closing break ability that analyst Emery Hunt called starting caliber talent. Even though a defensive penalty negated the turnover, Hood showed elite ball skills. Yet moments later, Hood gave up a deep contested catch to Dalen Cambray on a late throw, proving he is still fighting for down-to-down consistency. Then you look at third-round wideout Malachi Fields, who is quietly trending up after leaping over Greg Newsome for an acrobatic deep catch from Dart. But the biggest revelation of this entire training camp isn't a top pick at all. It is BYU linebacker Jack Cannonball Kelly. The 23-year-old sleeper is turning heads by running step for step with Calvin Austin III, 40 yards downfield, and swatting away passes in 7-on-7s. Kelly is putting immense pressure on veterans for a 53-man roster spot. Do you think Arvell Reese will win Defensive Rookie of the Year this season? Drop your prediction in the comments. If you believe John Harbaugh's rookie class is about to dominate the NFC East, smash that like button and let rival fans know Big Blue is back. But as impressive as these rookies look on the turf, a national media icon just threw absolute disrespect at the entire franchise. Stephen A. Smith claims New York has zero chance at January football, and his reasoning has the entire fan base furious. Stay locked. A bright studio light, an open microphone, and a controversial claim that sent shockwaves straight through North Jersey before sunrise. ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith took his seat on First Take and delivered a blistering assessment of the 2026 New York Giants that left Big Blue Nation fuming. When asked point-blank whether John Harbaugh's squad had a realistic path to return to the postseason for the first time in 4 years, Stephen A. didn't pull a single punch. His words echoed across national television. There ain't no way in hell they're making the playoffs, and I mean no disrespect whatsoever. That classic disclaimer was completely meaningless because he thoroughly dismissed the team before they even strapped on shoulder pads at the Greenbrier. But why is the most vocal commentator in sports media so utterly convinced that New York is dead on arrival? His argument doesn't center on a lack of talent or poor coaching, but rather on an absolute nightmare of a schedule that sits entirely outside the organization's control. Stephen A. pointed to the cross-divisional matchups against the NFC West and the AFC South as an insurmountable brick wall standing in their path. That means nearly half of New York's 2026 campaign will be spent going to war against heavyweights like the reigning Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers, Los Angeles Rams, Arizona Cardinals, Houston Texans, Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Tennessee Titans. Add 6 brutal divisional showdowns against traditional NFC East rivals, a division that routinely sends 3 teams to the playoffs, plus a late-season battle with the fierce Detroit Lions, and the room for error vanishes completely. Yet, despite his loud skepticism, Stephen A. Smith might be making a massive mistake by writing off what the Giants can actually control. The front office aggressively transformed this roster over the last 6 months, executing a high-stakes off-season plan that injected legitimate proven leadership and playmaking talent into the locker room. Big Blue signed impact veterans like tight end Isaiah Likely, wide receiver Darnell Mooney, and linebacker Tremaine Edmonds to overhaul the starter depth. They complemented those signings by drafting elite prospects like Arvell Reese, Francis Mauigoa, Colton Hood, and Malachi Fields, while fixing special teams with All-Pro punter Jordan Stout and rookie kicker Dominic Zvada. More importantly, head coach John Harbaugh brings a culture of disciplined accountability and winning pedigree that simply did not exist in East Rutherford over recent years. If this new coaching staff can maximize these defensive upgrades and navigate the grueling schedule gauntlet, the Giants have more than enough talent to stun the national media and steal a wildcard spot. Stephen A. has built a career on hot takes that age terribly, and this looks like another prime entry for his blooper reel. Do you think Stephen A. Smith is completely out of his mind for ruling out the Giants before Week 1? Sound off with your regular season record prediction in the comments right now. If you want to see Stephen A. eat his words when January arrives, smash that like button and subscribe to join the movement. But while national television pundits argue over schedule difficulty, an internal storm is brewing inside the front office. Reports indicate that 3 former first-round picks could be traded before training camp ends, including a star edge defender who could net a massive haul of future draft capital. The roster shakeup is happening right now, and the details will blow your mind. Stay locked. A major roster shakeup is brewing behind closed doors in East Rutherford, and 3 familiar names from recent draft night coverage find themselves squarely on the trading block. As position battles heat up under the summer sun, reports suggest general manager Joe Schoen and head coach John Harbaugh are actively preparing for a high-stakes flurry of trades before final cuts are made. According to a landmark report by USA Today writer Corey Woodruff, highlighting prime trade targets across the National Football League, 3 Big Blue players are officially listed as trade candidates. The common denominator among them? Every single one of them was selected in the first round of the draft. We are talking about edge rusher KAYVON THIBODEAUX, offensive lineman Evan Neal, and cornerback Deonte Banks. Among this trio of former blue-chip prospects, KAYVON THIBODEAUX stands out as the absolute biggest headline and the player capable of netting significant draft compensation. The former 5th overall pick is currently entering the season under his $14.7 million 5th-year option, making his financial footprint a critical factor. The front office traded for Pro Bowl pass rusher Brian Burns, drafted edge sensation Abdul Carter last year, and brought in rookie linebacker Arvell Reese, creating an immense crowd at the edge position. Extending Thibodeaux to a massive long-term contract seems extremely unlikely, meaning trading him right now allows New York to wipe his salary completely off the books as the acquiring franchise absorbs the remaining hit, rather than hanging on to him and praying for a compensatory pick in 2028 after he leaves in free agency. Securing guaranteed early round picks right now aligns perfectly with Harbaugh's roster timeline. Meanwhile, the situation surrounding Evan Neal and Deonte Banks reflect a much harsher reality. Evan Neal was moved from tackle to guard last season in a desperate attempt to salvage his career, but the positional switch failed to yield consistent play on the field. With rookie Francis Mauigoa taking command at right guard, Neal's trade value sits at an all-time low, making him a prime candidate for a late-round swap or a total release if no partner emerges. On the defensive side, cornerback Deonte Banks has quickly become an afterthought following back-to-back off-seasons of heavy investment in the secondary. The arrival of free agent corner Paulson Adebo last year alongside the offseason acquisition of Greg Newsome has pushed Banks way down the depth chart in defensive coordinator Denard Wilson's system. Holding on to players who do not fit the long-term strategic vision serves no purpose for a coaching staff determined to build a culture of accountability. Which of these 3 former first-round picks should the Giants trade first? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you trust Joe Schoen and John Harbaugh to make the aggressive moves needed to fix this roster, hit that like button right now. But as these trade rumors send shockwaves through the league, The entire offseason comes down to one final question. How does all of this fit together as we head toward kickoff? We break down the ultimate conclusion and deliver a double cliffhanger you cannot afford to miss. Stay locked. 3 massive storylines, 1 total transformation in East Rutherford. The rookie class is proving that the future of this defense is dominant, the national media disrespect is fueling the locker room fire, and the front office is ready to cut ties with past mistakes to build a true contender. John Harbaugh isn't taking a passive approach. He is forging a physical, fearless squad capable of shocking the entire league. If these rookies keep making splash plays and Joe Schoen flips surplus talent for future draft capital, New York will turn the NFC East completely upside down. The schedule is a relentless gauntlet, but the foundation built at the Greenbrier is rock solid. Here is what I need from Big Blue Nation right now. 1. Smash that like button if you believe John Harbaugh leads the Giants back to the playoffs this season. 2. Leave a comment telling me if trading KAYVON THIBODEAUX right now is a genius move or a massive mistake. 3. Subscribe to the channel immediately to join the strongest fan base in football and ensure you never miss a single update. But listen closely because the plot thickens right now. Reports indicate that a contender in the AFC North just submitted a formal trade offer for KAYVON THIBODEAUX, and a deal could be finalized within 48 hours. Meanwhile, the Philadelphia Eagles are quietly waiting in the wings, ready to pounce on Deonte Banks the second he hits the open market. Will New York pull off a blockbuster trade, or will a division rival steal away defensive depth? That story drops next. Stay locked, hit subscribe, and let's go G-Men!